Oh, yeah. Now we're live, baby. Yeah. Bring your hot takes and bring your hot cakes because it's morning time, baby. Yeah. Yeah. This beat slaps. I'm just saying. Hey, again, I'm trying to recover, trying to not make jokes about this, but I probably will. I probably will a lot, especially in this live. This is not a podcast. This is this is not a podcast, so it doesn't matter that I threw the drumstick. Get jiggy with it, Ha 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 ha. Woo! Miami. There it is. There it is. That's what we need. It is 7 in the morning. And if anybody knows me out there in the metaverse, I am not a morning person. So this I just had some tacos I breathed in there. Yeah, it was a tomato, maybe, or a potato. Tomato, potato, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. This isn't a podcast. You can choke and you're good. And I got a Starbucks cup full of water, baby. Because you don't want me on too much caffeine. That'd be a problem. So, good morning. Good morning. Who's here with me? I just want to hear from you. If you're here, please say hello. And I'll say hello back. Hello back. Just typed it in. There you go. There you go. Who's in? Who's in? Who are we talking to? Who is here with me? On the live stream. Who's here? We got somebody here, huh? I got trouble connecting, dude. We got a better check that internet connection. I paid my bill, dude. Come on, Spectrum. You know I paid my bill. Should I try the 5G? What do we do? My iPhone has full bars. My iPod phone, not to brag, but it's got bars, you know. So having trouble, huh? Are you guys? If you can hear me, please let me know because it's saying on my thing that I'm having trouble with my stream. Check your prostate is important after a certain age. So check your stream. Make sure it's strong. Yeah, I ate these tacos, man. Breakfast tacos, baby. Very nice. Very nice. So it says, cannot post comments to some destinations. Okay. I see that I'm obviously triggering Bill Gates to cancel my broadcast. That is what's happening. Hey, somebody say hi. Oh, it is early, right? What's up? Keith, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Yes, it is. Boom, I typed it back, and now you got that. So I am here early. It is early. Where's my drumstick? I'm going to get my drumstick with my foot. Don't worry about that flexibility. I'm working on it. I'm trying to stretch every day. You got to stretch. It's so important. My buddy Rick Overton, he will attest to the fact that you need to stretch. And shout out to Rick Overton. He is in our documentary. Oh, we're doing a documentary on cancel culture and accountability and freedom of speech and all that. So it's this stuff, this Will Smith stuff, this Chris Rock is all. It's been theorized by many a keyboard justice warrior that a lot of perspectives. I basically sometimes I try to poke you guys, just poke the bear, and I'll share a controversial thing, like a tweet that I'd posted from a friend of mine. That was Matt Fernandez. Shout out to Matt Fernandez. And shout out to Ken Miller. Ken Miller had the most hilarious find. This guy, if you don't follow Ken Miller, I believe he's on TikTok at Ken Miller 30. Dude, Ken Miller is hilarious. And Vic Firth, I need a sponsor, so check it out. Don't worry about why it's 7A nylon. That's what 7A means. That's a nylon. Right there, it's nylon at the end. But everything else is not. So, but Ken Miller, dude, he puts up like creepy commercials or just funny commercials, and he comments on them. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And Ken Miller put up a thing that was saying like, hey, this is a commercial. It's funny. And so you watch the commercial and he's like, it didn't age well, though. It didn't age well. So it was basically back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, if you're able to remember the 90s, if you're old enough to remember some of the 90s, don't worry about what part of the 90s I remember. Anyhow, don't worry about that. He puts up this commercial of Will Smith saying, hey, and he's like doing his cool, like Will Smith thing, how he's like cool and he's got cool, like loud pants on and stuff, doing the Sinbad outfit. And he comes out and he's like, yo, check it. It's cool to not use violence and use your words. It's always better to use words and not violence. The more you know. And then it does a little, the more you know thing. PSA thing. So anyhow, Ken Miller posted that. I thought it was very, very amazing find, that commercial. And it did not age well, but Will Smith ages well. I'll say that. I'll say Will Smith ages well. That's something I'm comfortable saying. Anyhow, this is for you, Keith, since you're with me, buddy. Who's with me? Who's with me? Ha ha, ha ha. That's a Will Smith thing if you listen to his music. Some of it's music, some of it's just commercials for his movies. The MIBs. Watch out for them MIBs. The good guys come in black. Remember that. Unless they're on stage and you get slapped. Come on, that just happened. Now I'm Aladdin, bro. Now I'm Aladdin. I'll grant you a wish. As long as your wish is to listen to some dude in his house talk about Hollywood millionaires who he doesn't even know. That's what we're here for, isn't it? That's what we got to deliver. The cisgendered guy. I don't know. I just learned what that meant. I can't even catch up, bro. Let me catch up. I do have some notes. Don't worry about those notes. But some of my favorite jokes. Let me tell you some of my favorite jokes about this whole incident. There are some good jokes out there. And there are some bad jokes. And there are some dad jokes. Some inappropriate jokes. Some not creative jokes. Definitely not creative jokes. So as a comic, I just want to say, if you're going to joke, it should be creative. And it should be a joke. And it shouldn't just be like a PSA about your worldview, because nowadays there are just too many worldviews and we can't keep up with all that. So the best we can do is to try to love each other. And I think that's a really big deal. So I'm going to get into my notes so that way we stay on track. I have a little bit of what do you call ADHD. See, I almost forgot the age because I got distracted by all the letters and the action in my own hand when I was watching it. It was moving too fast. And I was like, yo, my attention is on blast. So back to the notes, right? That's what we're here for. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. Too soon. Too soon. Okay. It's too soon. You can't joke. It's too soon to joke about stuff. No, it's never too soon to joke. Well, unless it's certain things. Maybe we let those marinate. But I can joke like that. Come on, that's fun. That's fun. But yeah, I've heard some really interesting and decent jokes out there, and then a lot of bad jokes and a lot of same jokes over and over. And you've seen it. Tell me if you've seen bad jokes on the internet, and tell me any jokes that you thought were bad about this whole incident, or any memes, or any gifs, or any gifs, or any NFTs, bruh. NFTs, I got crypto. Don't worry about it. I'm doing all the crypto. It's a podcast. It doesn't matter if I get distracted. You know what I'm saying? It's not a podcast, is what I meant to say. But it doesn't matter that I didn't say that it's not a podcast. But it's not a podcast, so it does not matter, baby. So anyhow, what's your favorite Will Smith joke that you've heard, or Chris Rock joke? Is it Chris Rock's joke was your favorite joke? Was that your favorite joke? We would love to know here at Donnie the Entertainer headquarters, which is a house I rent in none of your business. Anyhow, I have. Oh, did I mention I had notes? Because I do. I made a joke. About it. Let's see. I made a couple jokes. I started making a lot of jokes, and I've actually calmed down. I've started to, because as a comic, you see stuff in pop culture, just in culture in general, and you observe it, and you find just lots of funny thoughts come to mind. And one of my favorite jokes was when I had my friend Callie. My friend Callie was with me, and I said, "Hey, my friend Callie here," and I showed her. I was like, "She is telling me that this whole Chris Rock, Will Smith incident is just." I have another camera over here and over here, by the way. I might look at them for, for an exclamation. I might, what's up? But she said, this whole incident is just a PR move. Do you think it was a PR move? And I said, man, that is not fair to just assume that it's a Puerto Rican move. You know what I'm saying? Because that's pretty racist. And that's also PR. Pretty racist. That's a punchline. I'm like, what? Just because it was violent? That's messed up. That's really messed up. So don't joke like that. I'm sensitive to those jokes. Anyhow, it's a Commonwealth of the United States. So I, as a United Statesman, can take offense. I digress because it's early, and I don't think I have the energy I usually do because it is too early for that. Let's see. Cancel culture. People are okay. So some people are posting jokes about Will Smith. Like, comedy is dead. I'm seeing this. Comedy is dead. Do you think comedy is dead? If you do, please chime in. If you don't, please chime in. What are you waiting for, man? This is not even a podcast. It doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. I love The Rock. It doesn't matter. That was a funny one too, where the Rock is making a joke, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and then Will Smith's just like, yeah, he's agreeing with him, and he's not trying to slap him. So let's analyze that slap. See, I got some slaps in there. Couple slaps, just to get the mood right. I'm all about the mood of my friends. I'm trying to get my friends trying to make moves, you know what I'm saying? So was it real? Was it the real deal? Was it staged? It happened on a stage, to be fair. So good, it was technically staged. That's what I think. Is it cancel culture? Is it the patriarchy? Is the patriarchy advancing their nefarious patriarchal paradigms? I like alliteration. What's up? Yeah, I paid attention in 6th grade. On a roll, and now I'm actually on a roll. Yeah. So I did a Fresh Prince parody as well. I don't know if you saw that one. It's on YouTube. It's been doing well on YouTube. It's been performing well. Obviously, people are searching this thing. And as a comic, again, I feel the need to express myself in joke form and also in music form, because I'm a musician, legit, because you can see I have guitars that I don't usually play, but they're there just, in case I need to play them. No, I do play them. Actually, I have a Limp Bizkit thing coming out soon. It's a Limp Bizkit parody. But speaking of parodies, I did a parody of the Fresh Prince. I almost did another parody of getting jiggy with it. Get jiggy with it. I almost did that one. Comics. So a lot of people are saying Will Smith is advancing the cancel culture scenario here. And we need to, now comedy's dead. Comedians are not safe anymore. And is that what you think? Kevin Holly. Oh, Kevin A. Holly is my guy. Kevin A. Holler at my boy. There he is. Come on. Kevin Holly. He's got a show. He's got the Kevin Holly Show. It's a podcast. And it reaches multiple, things. Markets. He's in all kinds of markets, dude. He's a radio guy, man. And he's doing comedy now. How's that going, buddy? How's your comedy going? Holla! Ha 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 ha. That's a Will Smith thing. Don't worry about it. So comedians on their computers getting canceled. Comedians on computers getting canceled. That could be a show. That could be a show. So so we're talking about cancel culture. Is this cancel culture? Is this the patriarchy oppressive to females? What is a female? What is a male? I'm not actually asking that question. That's a question. Get me in trouble. You guys are trying to get me in trouble. The woke mob is canceling me right now. Look at that. You guys did that. That is messed up, man. Real messed up. So, okay, here's the logic. I'm trying to follow this logic that comics believe. Comics are kind of, not the most. I gotta fix my hair because it's show business, and I gotta show the world that I have hair still. We have comics saying that comedy is under attack. No, it was Chris Rock who was under attack, I'm pretty sure. And other people say, no, Will Smith's wife was under attack. And I don't know. I feel like it was a very benign joke. Very benign in the context to which I can understand it. Now, a lot of people are theorizing that, he knew all along she had alopecia and he shouldn't have been joking about her haircut and, but she got out of the house and wore that haircut. And she's in show business, and these are, multimillionaires in Hollywood. So, business in the front, baby. Party, a little bit of party, though. There's a little bit of party happening right around there. Sometimes it droops down and gets in my eyes, and the party can sting my eyes, baby. But today, it's not about me. It's not about, this is not about me anyways, but that'd be a terrible show. Well, unless you come to my comedy, which is not about me. It's about the audience. It's about you. I do jokes for the people. I don't do this for me, except for I do also do it for me. Because I got to get paid. Come on, let me get paid, girl. But yeah, so do you think this was oppressive to feminine, the feminism? Feminism? Wait, feminism? Feminism? Pretty sure I nailed it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Woo! Miami, am I right? Miami, bienvenidos a Miami. I keep trying to go to my notes, but my brain, it's like, when you walk into a room and then you just forget why you walked in the room. Well, that is me trying to think. So just look at, in case you wanted to know. So people are some comics are out there. They're worried. They're worried that if they go on stage, that Will Smith will show up at their shows and slap them. I don't think that's really going to happen. I don't think anybody's going to slap you. I think that people ruminate on things that will cause them to become fearful. I think it's a common trait that we all have, and we all have and we all respond to that in different ways, and some of us are more aware of it than others. Some of us have more trauma in our lives than others, and some of us just straight up are jerks, And if you're a jerk, then you might try to be a jerk about stuff that's really, I don't know how much of it is even my business. Literally, the song that I made, the Fresh Prince and No Hair, like that song was literally just describing what happened. I put it out on YouTube, and it's done really well, but it's just literally describing what's happened. So I'm not trying to make fun of or make less of something that is a big deal, and I'm not trying to make a big deal out of something that's much less. I was just trying to be silly in a time where people were outraged. And I think that's why we're here. I think that's why comics are part of society, because we need to be able to laugh at ourselves, and we need to be able to laugh at others not in a mean-spirited way. See, that's the thing. If it's mean-spirited, I think that's wrong personally. But, at what point are you going to police free speech? That's really, I guess, a question that we can ask ourselves. Because people are like saying, Will has to go. Did Will go to jail, by the way? Yeah, no, it did look staged. It looked staged, but it also looked like it wasn't staged. So both of those arguments are very valid, because you can look at, you can study the body language, and you can study, because, okay, so we got Chris Rock has his hands behind his back. He's laughing, and he's like, come on, that was a nice joke. It wasn't really, he was trying to say it wasn't mean-spirited, in my opinion, because I've been in that situation where I've made a joke and somebody got offended, but I certainly didn't mean to offend them. I was just being silly based on something how they were acting, or something they were saying, or how they looked like. But I wouldn't do that if I really believed that it was harmful, and I don't know Chris Rock personally, but it seemed pretty, like he was genuinely surprised. He seemed genuinely surprised that Jada took such offense, to this joke. He's like, really? And like everybody else is laughing, including Will, obviously. And so as a comic, I relate to that, because I'm like, yeah, if I say a joke and I don't mean it like in a malicious way, and because I don't, I just want to have fun with an audience, and make jokes and be silly. And people who can take a joke tend to have, I think, a lot less stress in their lives, and a lot less anger and things that they get consumed with. So I'm very much pro teasing. So someone recently told me teasing versus trying to belittle someone or make fun of someone. Because teasing, I think, is a different category than actually like trying to alienate. You don't want to alienate people. That's never my goal. And my friends in comedy, I know most of their goal is not to alienate people. Comics, we're all a family, so we don't wish, to do anything other than, make jokes and have fun, and, hopefully it's received well. This one was not received well by Will. Well, it was received well at first, because he was laughing. Will was laughing at the joke. He looks over. Obviously, Jada was jaded. That's not even a funny. Don't use it. We're gonna cut that out. It doesn't matter. This is not even a podcast. It's not even a podcast, so it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. But what I wanted to say is that she was obviously perturbed and looked over like, "Oh, you're gonna let him talk to me like that?" I was like, "No, I guess not." So he walked up there, and I tried to, because it was a long walk. That catwalk was kind of a long walk, and I'm wondering, as Will was approaching, what his thoughts might have been. Because he understands show business. This is not his first rodeo, so to speak. He's been in show business for decades, and I've always looked up to both these guys. By the way, both of these guys, I can say, have been an influence on my life. Comedically and just in growing up, it was part of my culture was listening to these guys. So, I have a lot of respect for both these guys. So when it's, are you team Will or are you team Chris? Like I'm team, like, let's love each other and let's forgive. I think team forgiveness is the team I would want to be on, at this point. So, some people are saying, "Oh, Chris Rock needs to press charges," and I'm like, sure, if he wants to press charges, absolutely, go ahead and press charges. But that's up to him. Like, people are like, he needs to press charges right now. Well, he's an autonomous person, so he can make that decision if he wants to press charges or not. Now, as far as Will, and Jada, if Chris wanted to apologize to Jada, like, because, again, I don't believe it was malicious. I don't believe it was like, oh, let me alienate in a way that is belittling you. And to be frank, man, there's a lot more terrible things that he could have brought up that are actually public knowledge that he didn't. He chose, I thought, that's why I thought when he said, "What, that was nice," like, I thought I was being nice. Like, he could have, like, really said a lot of things. I'm sure a lot of things popped into his head that he probably showed some restraint. But yeah, so was it staged? I mean, it's Hollywood, and we have actors, and we have people who are very good at publicity, and the Oscars they've been suffering for a while. Oscars have been suffering. Let's be real on that. So publicity, maybe. Chris Rock's got a tour. Will Smith's got a movie coming out. Oscars got no ratings. I don't know. Ultimately, I don't care. I don't really care that much. What I do care about is what's real, what's like true, and like, again, like, we can theorize all day and pick sides and say, oh, this is the patriarchy and this is, but I think a lot of that you kind of have to examine yourself and say, okay, is this just the lens that I'm choosing? Hold on one second. All right, one of my cameras shut off because of the thing, but now it's back on. But am I just choosing to look at things through my worldview, my limited understanding of the world? Because let's face it, we all have a limited understanding of how things are and how things, people's motives and people's, like, all these things are so complex. As human beings, we're very complex creatures. So, to say who's doing what and for which purpose to advance which agenda, yeah, there are agenda-driven forces out there. There are conspiracies, there are conspiracy theories. Again, at the end of the day, I think a lot of that, if we get consumed by it, is a very big distraction, because what's more powerful than the conspiracies and, who's doing what for which purpose to advance which thing, the bigger thing that can trump all of that is love. Like if we're truly able to like go in our communities and love each other, and go in our families and love each other, and truly wish to make an impact on the world, I think we'd spend a less time criticizing people on Twitter, criticizing people on Facebook.com. Check them out. YouTube.com. Actually, I like YouTube a lot. They're probably my favorite. So that's why I invest the most time in YouTube. So if you see my videos, they're all like based in YouTube, and occasionally I'll put them up on other platforms. But yeah, so, you know, patriarchy, advancing the patriarchy and oppressing women, I don't think so. Now here's something that people don't know. Card is full. Oh, my card is full. So you guys, sorry. I'm gonna have to change out my card, baby. Don't worry about that. It's not even a podcast, so don't even worry. It's a live stream. Anyhow, it's the live stream of a fake podcast. Like, this is not even close to being a podcast. And it's a fake podcast. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo! Woo! Ha 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 ha. We're back on track, baby. That memory card was full. And my heart is full of love for you guys. So, again, you know, if we're able to see things first through the lens of empathy and forgiveness and love for our fellow human beings out there, I truly believe, in the bottom depths of my heart, believe, and in my soul, I believe that if we're able to do that, our lives would be a little less stressful, a lot less stressful, and a lot less tumultuous and sad and depressing and anxiousness, anxiety ridden. That's the word I was looking for. It's early, and this isn't even a podcast, so don't worry about my brain, dude. Don't even worry about that. So much controversy about the slap. I'm reading from Kevin A. Holly here. He said it looks staged, but you can't say that it looks staged without getting flack. Well, you can't really say anything without getting flack, buddy. There are a lot of opinions out there, and a lot of people are drawing these. You know, it's natural as humans, like our brains naturally, you know, make connections. You know, that's just kind of how we work. So we're going to make connections and say, oh, this means this, and this is probably attached to this. But sometimes it's just a thing that happened in the moment. Sometimes it's a thing that was staged for publicity, and we need to take it at that. But I don't know, you know, again, I don't know. There is so much controversy about the slap. One 8K photo, if real, shows a pad on Rock's face. I saw that. I saw there was like this thing. It showed like that he actually had a little face shield so he could take the slap, you know, better. On Rock's face. It was sponsored by Pfizer. Pfizer has an alopecia drug coming out. Supposedly, again, I heard that too. I heard there was like it was in phase 3 or whatever. But again, at the end of the day, as far as it affects me as a guy who's not even connected to these celebrities or the Oscars or anything like that, for me, again, I'm trying to bring joy to people. I'm trying to bring an opportunity for people to just have fun and laugh and enjoy life, and not to take things so seriously sometimes. Now, there are serious things out there that we need to address, but when you become so focused on your vision, whatever your mission is, even if it's a good social justice thing or whatever, maybe a church or whatever, that can sometimes consume you to the point where that becomes the thing. It's like, oh, my cause is now the only thing that matters. And your brain, somehow it gets twisted to where it's like, okay, at any expense, I'm going to say this thing that I believe so much in is everything. So everything else is secondary, tertiary, and of a distant, runner up. So I would say to that, again, yeah, I mean, I believe like it's important to know the truth about stuff and, where things come from and all that. But the truth is also, again, I'm just such a big believer, and even Will Smith talks about this a lot, despite his own personal issues and his issues, whatever his marital issues are, like, despite his issues, the guy talks a lot about, some really good things, having a positive mindset and setting out goals and doing things that are good and helping people and, things like that. So if we're just going to throw every good thing out with the, every baby out with the bathwater, we're not going to have more babies. And then we're done. So, so I just, I would say this is a time for us all to reflect on how forgiving we can be. How well can we take a joke, as a people. Because again, some people may think, I've been called everything. I've been called every name, as far as like based on my comedy and my videos and all that, I've been called, I've even had people compliment me incorrectly. I've had people compliment me saying, "Hey man, it's good that we have a solid Republican comedian," that is not me. So if you're looking for a solid Republican comedian, I am not that guy. If you're looking for a solid Trump supporting guy, I am not that guy. What I am is a love supporting guy, and I am a Christian, so I am a Christ supporting guy, but I am not the Christian that the media would like to portray, as far as like judgmental right wing nut job. I am not that. I'm also, not the I've had people tell me that whatever, like that I'm they've called me too edgy. I'm a clean comic, dude, and I'm here to help people laugh. That's it. So am I too edgy? I seriously feel like those people might not be in touch with reality. And I've been called anti-vax. I've been called pro-vax. I've been called all those things. But at the end of the day, again, it's like, no, like, dude, I'm just here trying to figure out how to be a human being just like everybody else. And I'm here trying to figure out how I can make an impact and love people with the things that I have. Like I have a gift, for music, or I have a gift for whatever the gifting that you have, or that you have a gift for music or poetry or art or, comedy and all these things that are great things, great outlets. I just want to use those things for good and to love people. So that is my motivation. In case you're ever wondering, I do not align myself with political agendas or political parties because I believe that there's corruption everywhere, and I can't align myself and say, "Oh, I'm team this guy," I'm team this guy, and then when that guy falls, then everybody's like, "Whoa." I mean, I wasn't like, really, really, really team that. Or some people are like, "Oh, those is propaganda," and then you start spiraling because when a person is your savior, let's say Elon Musk, I kind of look like him. Don't worry about that. Don't get distracted. SpaceX, it's legit. Bitcoin, the Dogecoin, love Dogecoin. Anyhow, people like I follow these threads where Elon Musk, people are like, "Man, Elon, I have cancer and I have like these issues and my mom is dying and I know that you can save me." And as a dude who believes in a loving God and believes that human beings have so much value and worth, but ultimately human beings are not going to save you from your problems. It's going to be, you actively pursuing love and pursuing, things that matter in a way that it doesn't step on other people, and that it actually is good for the community. So I don't know. I think that when we look to people as idols or whatever, Will Smith, again, great dude, like, on the surface, has done a lot of good things, and, says a lot of nice things, and, also has done some weird things and some things that people would say, whatever. And again, I'm not the judge of Will Smith, and I'm not the judge of Chris Rock, and I'm not the judge of anybody, so it's like, I don't know, like, let's just have fun and enjoy life, like, while we're here. Life is short. And, like, I couldn't help but make jokes initially about the situation here. But at the end of the day, I started, just kind of backing off, because I said, well, I feel like that's already been done. Like, we've already kind of covered that topic. So now I'm moving on to the next thing. And I wish we all would move on to the next thing. So we don't have to keep dwelling on who's right, who's wrong, who should press charges. And, they're grown men. They decide what they want to do. The Academy Awards, they decide what they want to do and which position they want to hold, even if it's contradictory to how they initially responded, which, there's a lot of hypocrisy in the world, but, it starts here. Like, I know there's a lot of hypocrisy in my life, things that I've done that go against even my own moral compass, and when I recognize that and I don't blame external things, I become a better person. I become more free and more carefree. And so I want people to laugh. I want you to have fun, enjoy this ride of life. If you have issues with bitterness or anger, I would recommend looking within instead of outside at who's making your problems, who's really in charge of your problems, because it's usually you. So I think that's just a sober way to look at it. My philosophy in life is love God, love people. That's it. I try to stick to that, because there's a lot of people in church. There's a lot of people, a lot of churches that are not loving. There are a lot of philanthropists that do bad things. There are a lot of, teachers that end up falling, whatever it is, and people are always going to fail you. So it's like, like, I can't put my trust in a person, or I can't put everything into a person. But let's not throw the babies out with the bathwater, because again, there is stuff for Will Smith to learn. And, he's not, he says he's a work in progress. And I identify with that. I identify with him being a work in progress. I mean, again, it doesn't excuse any of the actions. I thought, that was awful and terrible judgment. And again, it was such a long catwalk, dude. That catwalk was long. Like, he had to have had some thoughts like, I don't know if this is a good idea now. It seemed like a good idea, but now I'm like, I'm up here and I'm mad, and this guy made a joke and she didn't like the joke. So now I got to, do a man slap. I got to slap another man. So Glenn Beck, I don't know all of Glenn Beck's stuff, but, he's done some good stuff too, Glenn Beck. So I don't hate on anybody, dude. Like, again, right or left or whatever. Like, it doesn't. It is not about that. If you still think it's about right or left, I would say you're probably missing out on some things in life. I think if you still think it's about right or left, it could be a hindrance for you, because there are a lot of other bigger things at work that will distract us and keep us trying to hate each other. Again, we are not each other's enemies. Like being a human being, I am pro human beings. I am a feminist. I am legit a feminist. And that is based on the definition of feminism. But the definition of feminism is that you believe females are equal to male and that they should be treated as such. Absolutely 100% all day, every day. Come on. Every day. That's what I say. To my bae. Cause she not crazy. She just okay. She doesn't exist. I don't have a girlfriend. You busted me. Okay, you feel better now, internet? See, this is not a podcast, so it doesn't matter that I get off track. I had a friend message me recently about my jokes about Will Smith and said, what Will did was the honorable thing because he was defending his wife's honor. Now, I get that. I see that. And I think that is a good trait to want to defend your wife, your spouse's honor. However, if your response is a physical violence in front of the world at large, your ability to do that in a logical way is impeded. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with brain stuff. I'm not a brain ologist. I'm sure that's what they're called. Anyhow, I know that's not what they're called. Don't worry about it. But the thing about our brains is that there's something called an amygdala hijack that happens. So when we become so triggered, there's an amygdala. It's part of our brain, and it actually takes over the rest of your brain. It's a survival thing, like a fight or flight response. And this fight or flight response takes out logic from the entire equation. So when you have this amygdala hijack, so to speak, shout out to my therapist for teaching me about this. You can't think logically. So I think if we look at ourselves and not just Will Smith, and we say, okay, has my amygdala been hijacked? And if I responded in a visceral, emotional way, when I'm triggered. And I think if we look back, we can all say that we've done that at some point, whether it be on the internet or in our relationships with our significant others or our parents or our bosses or whatever. I don't know your life, but I do care about you as a person. And I care that you can thrive and enjoy life. Because again, life's too short to just be bitter. Come on. So, yeah. So Kevin Holly, he said, I often wrongly get labeled too. Just make peace with them and smile and try to explain. Agreed. Samesies. Yeah. I mean, I don't feel the need to explain myself. I don't feel the need. I believe that my actions will show people that I truly care. And if they can't see that, that's okay. But the right people will, they will see it and they'll appreciate it. And those are people I call friends, like Kevin A. Holly. He's my friend. So very cool, buddy. Yeah. I mean, we all get mislabeled. So, some people get misgendered, and that's they don't like that. And I get it. If your identity, if you're seeing the world through the lens of my identity is in my sexuality or my, how I present myself or whatever, again, that's a fragile foundation. That's a fragile, that's a house built on sand, if you will. That's like the little Little Red Riding Hood. You know, she come around. No, that's the wrong one. Three Little Pigs with the lady with the porridge. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm mixing up all my nursery rhymes. But the pigs, they got the house of straw. It's gonna get blown down, and they're gonna have to build a wooden house, and that one, can get taken away by a hurricane. Because I'm in Florida. That's what we do. We get them hurricanes, girl. So defending her honor, I think would be much more productive in a one-on-one setting. Again, assuming that this is all legit, like not Hollywood stuff, actors acting, I would say, yeah, that she, you can defend your woman's honor in a way that is more productive and reasonable one-on-one. Again, my amygdala is not hijacked right now, so I can think logically about it, and hopefully, and I think probably Will thought logically about it because he apologized to Chris Rock, but he also said, whatever, it's like, it was kind of like a half apology. I think, it was all right. It was like a Hollywood apology. He says like, I'm still working on me, and I did it for love. I did it for love. If you love your neighbor, yeah, just don't smack them in the face in front of everybody. And also forgiveness. So again, if Chris Rock's, I kind of also admire that he wouldn't want to press charges, to show that there can be forgiveness. Because I've had a lot of people saying, "Oh, Will Smith, he's done. He's done. He's dead to me." And again, I don't think we should throw all that, baby out with the bathwater. I mean, none of us have 100% composed ourselves in public. At least I don't. I mean, I'm a comedian, so at least none of my friends have done a perfect job of that. But yeah, we are a work in progress. So that's, I don't know. I'm team forgiveness. I'm team love. I'm team accountability. Yeah, sure. But, it has to, the punishment has to fit the crime. It has to be a due process, and only the offended party really is the one, I believe, who should take that into their hands. Now, as far as the Oscars, yeah, they're an institution, and they should be able to handle that accordingly as well, however they choose. So I don't know. Is it the patriarchy? Is it toxic masculinity? Oh, I thought that was interesting. I was watching something where somebody made a comment and said, they said that white people shouldn't be weighing in on the whole Chris Rock Will Smith thing because this is black people business. To which I would say, well, it does involve two African American guys, yes. However, or three, I guess, two and a woman. But at the same time, these are public figures. These are pop culture icons. These are not, I'm not just like, my neighbor is a black guy and I saw him, hitting another guy, and I'm trying to get in the middle of their kerfuffle, okay, and say, what they should do or shouldn't do. That's not what it is. It's literally just pop culture icons, Hollywood personalities, slapping, telling jokes, comedians getting cold cocked. So I don't know. I think that what do you think there, Kevin Holly? Kevin A. Holly, he's my guy, man. He's here with me. Ride or die. That's what I'm gonna call him. Kevin Ride or Die A. Holly. Need to set that right. I don't know. I got issues. Let's see. Cancel culture. Talked about that a little bit. So, here's another thing. So again, all these comics who are afraid, the comics are afraid that if they get on stage and tell jokes that they're going to get slapped. I do think that's silly. And here's why. At least here's one. This is just one parallel I'm trying to draw. So if you think about Kanye, Yeezy, however, whatever best version you like of Kanye West. I voted for Kanye West, by the way. Let's get Kanye in the West Wing, baby. Come on. Come on, Kanye in the West Wing. That's comedy gold right there. Don't worry about it. And no, this wasn't an Illuminati sign or whatever I did. It's just I make gestures. Also, I've been accused of being Freemason, Illuminati from videos I've done because I make the hand signals that are very clear and overt. Dude, the Illuminati is not knocking at my door, just so you know, bro. Okay? They're not. The Freemasons, they got enough money. I don't have money. So what do you want from me? Yeah, it's a kerfuffle. That's right. I often get wrongly labeled. It's not a color or gender thing. I agree. I don't think it's a color or gender thing. I don't think it's toxic masculinity. I mean, I think it is toxic to do that to someone. And yeah, maybe that is toxic masculinity. At least the slap. I mean, it's not the most masculine to slap. I mean, let's just be real. But so is it toxic masculinity? Okay, that meh. It's a guy getting emotional and making a bad decision. And an illegal decision. Yes, it was an unlawful thing to go up and just hit another person. That's assault. I agree. But again, Chris Rock has the option of whether or not he wishes to press charges. I mean, I think that's how the law works. I'm only a criminologist here. Where's my degree? I didn't hang it up. Don't worry about it. But I do have a criminology degree from the University of South Florida. Go Bulls. Put the horns up. Oh, that's what we do. That's what we. Everybody's doing that over at the University of South Florida. Don't worry about it. I can't stop. When I have a drumstick, I just do this because I'm a drummer, baby. And I got some drum videos coming up, dude. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. I do have some drum videos, and I have comedy rock shows where I will be playing drums. Some comedy rock shows coming up April 6th through 10th. This wasn't really supposed to be a promo, but I got to sell tickets or I don't eat. All right. So let's see. Love God, love people. And, love yourself. Love yourself. That's also part of it, If we can love ourselves enough to not be consumed by what other people are doing and to be okay with not being okay and just saying, okay, I'm going to work on myself and try to be a force for love in the world. That will serve you well. You will not be disappointed. That's what I know from my personal experience and the experience of very, very many people I know. So I know that for a fact. I mean, I know that like more than I know anything else. More than I know that this was real or staged. I know loving yourself and loving others is a great investment. So the parallel I was going to draw earlier, thank you for sticking around if you are very patient. The parallel I was going to draw is that Kanye stole Taylor Swift's the mic from Taylor Swift, saying, I think he took did he take the actual Emmy? I think he took it. And he said, I'm going to let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Maybe I don't remember if he took the mic and the Emmy, but he's or the thing that she got. But the little statue, you know what I'm talking about? All right, a little trophy, and he said, "I'm gonna let you finish, but first, Beyonce had the best, single and album of the year and whatever. So I'm gonna let you finish, but this is not. You don't deserve this award." So then Kanye then Taylor Swift started making songs with lyrics about Kanye, and then I think Kanye did the same thing about her, which is weird. But what I'm saying is that I've been to a number of awards shows where I've seen people receive awards, and I have not seen anybody take the mic and their award and say, I haven't seen that be a trend. So because in the real world, there are consequences. I don't think that comedians should be afraid to tell jokes. I don't think this is the end of comedy. I don't think comedy's dead. But I do believe that there is a bit of a renaissance happening in art and in comedy, and just that is much needed because, I believe a lot of people are realizing that they've been taking things too personally and taking things too, been too rigid and stiff about things, and are understanding that you come out the other side of that miserable. I'm just speaking from experience and from what I understand of human psychology. I was a psychology minor at the University of South Florida. Okay, hold on one second. That's right. Psychology minor, criminology major, University of South Florida. Go Bulls. There you go. But I've always been interested in human psychology, and I've studied it for most of my life. And it's just humans are so interesting to me, man. I can't stop studying you guys, but not in a creepy way. Okay? So don't be creepy when you're studying human behavior. Okay? Don't study me. You won't figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. Doctors are perplexed. The professionals have no clue how to help this dude. But you know what helps me is my community, my friends, my family, the people I love, the people who love me, and who and obviously who love God, and God's love is the most unconditional. So that is my worldview. Love God, love people, love yourself, take care of yourself. I truly do this out of love. That's what I do. I'm not getting paid for this. This is not a money-making activity I'm doing right now. It is truly because I love you guys, and I care about my community of friends and family and countrymen. And I just really want to see all of you guys succeed. I celebrate the success of my friends. I celebrate the success of people who are other comics doing great things. And I love it when opportunities come and people take advantage of them, and good things happen for them. So that's what I want for everyone. I truly am again pro-human. I am pro you. I am pro love, again, loving however we can, whatever we have today. How can I love God and love people today? And if you do that, and every day you just go to the end of your day and say, how did I was my motive to love God and love people? And if you could say yes, even if you screwed up, even if you said the wrong thing, even if you slapped somebody, at the end of the day, if you could say, hey, I'm here to love God and love people. I'm here to apologize when I'm wrong. I'm here to forgive when I'm hurt by someone. And if you're able to do that, man, that's powerful. That's powerful for your mental health. I'm a big mental health advocate because I've had, struggles with anxiety and depression and whatnot. So I know a lot about that stuff. Again, I had studied it because I wanted to understand myself too. And I wanted to understand how to be better. Everybody says, do better. Well, I think it starts with love. And God's love is the most unconditional and fulfilling love. So that is all I know. So again, I love because I'm loved by God. I love because I know that it's fulfilling to do things out of love. So it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle choice as well. I mean, but it's not something that you can choose. You can't actually choose to do the right thing when your mind is so consumed with other junk, with what other people are doing or not doing, or saying the right thing or the wrong thing, or, you know, like when you're so focused on that. Should Will Smith be canceled? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But I think he should apologize. You know, like I said, you know, but it's not my place to say. So again, I think the funny jokes and memes are fine. I think it's funny. I think it's fun to make light of things. Even though, you know, it was wrong. I think, you know, again, a lot of levity can come and a weight can be lifted off of our hearts and our shoulders when we are sober-minded and able to actually analyze our motives. What lens am I seeing the world through right now? Am I seeing it through an angry, hateful, spiteful lens, or am I seeing it through a loving lens? And that's only I can answer that for me, and only you can answer that for you. Only Will Smith can answer that for Will Smith. Only Chris Rock can answer that for Chris Rock. So I love you guys so much, and I, you know, if you want to come to a show, I'll be glad to see you. And I have lots of live events coming up with celebrity folks who are just amazing comics that are coming in town for our documentary. So that's amazing what's happening there. So April 6th through 10th, I have French Accent, America's Got Talent. He was a finalist on there, and just amazingly brilliant guy, and just a friend. We've been friends for a number of years, and I am psyched to have him here. So I'm hosting him here at the house, and we're going to be doing lots of shows together. So keep an eye out for my guy out there, French Accent. So again, April 6th through 10th, hit me up in my DMs or, for tickets and whatnot, and I'll see you soon. Love you so much. Oh, now we got to end on a beat, because I don't know how to end this thing for real. Like, there's a way to end. There's a button. I'm going to find that button. But just to keep it fun, let's keep the beat going. Any last words from my friends out here in the metaverse, the YouTubeverse, youtube.com. Check it out. I'm on youtube.com. That's mainly where I am, is youtube.com. I'm on the Insta. I'm on the gram, baby. I think right now I'm on LinkedIn, baby. I'm on LinkedIn. Endorse me. Endorse me on LinkedIn. You gotta endorse me, baby. Dorsal fin endorsement. My head is like a shark's fin. LL Cool J. Have a great day, guys. I miss you so much. I love you. I love you a lot. I'm gonna end the broadcast, baby.